Well, hi there, welcome back to Abus and Beyond, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing the controversial and often upsetting topic of weight. Yes, that's right, we've got to the stage now where we put a lot of stuff in the van and I'm a bit concerned about what weight the van is going to be at. Now let's look at the specifics of the van. It's a long wheelbase maxi, so it's the longest VW Crafter you can buy, and therefore it automatically comes with the high roof. These vans are rated at 3.5 tons, so the maximum weight this van is allowed to be is 3,500 kilos, 3.5 tons. What we need to look at is what the actual weight of the van is currently, and just work out whether we are over that 3.5 tons or whether we're going to be over that 3.5 tons once we've got all of us in here, full tank of fuel, full water tank as well. And what we need to work out first is what the actual payload of the van when it's completely empty is. Now, the best way, not necessarily the most accurate way would be just to weigh the van, obviously, before you even start. We didn't do that, so we're just going to have a quick look on the VW Crafter brochure, and I scroll down to the specifications that are listed at the end of the actual brochure, and it shows a CR35, that's just the kind of model designator for the 3.5 ton van, and I look at the long wheelbase maxi with high roof. Ours is the 140 horsepower with automatic gearbox, and then I look across on that table and it says the unladen weight, so the van completely empty, is 2,538 kilos. And that leaves us a payload of 962 kilos. So not much when you factor in everything that's gone in, you know, rock and roll bed, kitchen, battery bank, furniture, bed, mattress, all that kind of stuff. It's really important to actually go and get the van weighed to see where we're at this stage. Now, there's still a few things that do need to go in, a bit more furniture board. There's also, I need to factor in the water tank being fully loaded. We have actually got, in these boxes here, these are the other Van der Moon boxes that are going to be installed at the back of the van. So I'll just leave those boxes in here. There's no point taking those out because they're going to be installed in the van. They're not that heavy, these Van der Moon boxes, so they shouldn't make too much of a difference. And obviously I also need to factor in the whole family being in the van. We've got 2 young kids, but obviously they will get older, grow, get bigger, get heavier, and maybe I will as well, you never know. Now I think I found somewhere about 10 minutes up the road that will allow me to just weigh the van. I think it's a scrap metal merchant. Hopefully they'll be able to let me weigh the van and just, yeah, give me a printout of what the actual weight is. It's funny, here in the UK, it's quite hard to find public weigh bridges nearby, especially down here on the south coast. The nearest actual public weigh bridge is about an hour away. And if I look on Google, the reviews, a lot of them say that it's actually permanently closed. So, yeah, not the easiest thing to find, which is a bit of a joke, really, because surely they would want you to encourage weighing the vehicles before just guessing and potentially driving an illegal vehicle. So yeah, hopefully this place will allow us to.
Now, when you're talking about weight on board a van, you really have to think about what is a complete non-negotiable versus what could actually be made lighter. And for me, the non-negotiable was our mattress. Now, this is an Emma Sleep mattress and it is unbelievably comfy. Obviously it's a normal mattress that you can buy, so it's not one that's specific for a van. It is one that you can use in your house every day, and we do actually use one in our house every day, but I'll come to that. But we have been using this mattress for every trip in the camper van, and my goodness, it is comfy. Emma Sleep have been kind enough to collaborate with us on this video, and as a result they also offered us one of their other mattresses. And of course, being a mum to 2 very young kids who very much enjoy jumping in bed with mummy, I went for a Super King. What a bed upgrade. Now obviously I can't show you this mattress so much because Sean has used it as a bit of a storage space at the moment, but let's go inside and have a look at the Super King. Oh, I could literally stay here forever. So from the 3rd of March to the 1st of April, ABusSleep are doing their Easter sale, and it is a big one. So you can get up to 40% off the mattresses on their website, which we will link in the description below, but also you can get an extra 5% off if you use our code ABusAndBeyond, all one word, and that'll give you that extra 5% off, which is brilliant. Now this oh, hang on. Sorry, one of the kids has shouted me. I'll be back in a minute.
Yes, this is my bed now. My favorite feature is that the mattress is designed so that weight and pressure is distributed evenly, and any movement does not disturb any other sleepers. So when the little humans thrash around, my mum hardly gets disturbed by them. There are 6 layers of comfort in this particular mattress, including layers that are designed to keep overly warm sleepers like me from overheating, but also stop cold sleepers like mum from overcooling. This is bliss, away from all the noisy tiny humans. Oh no, I've been rumbled.
Bentley, what are you doing in here? How long have you been in here, you big lump? Hey? How long have you been here, you big lump? Right, if you're going to stay here, Bentley, you can wear the bunny ears since it's Easter. Don't take them off. Anyway, as I was saying, the mattress actually comes rolled up inside a box, so it is delivered by normal mail. You don't need some big fancy delivery company to get it to you, and as a result it can go pretty much anywhere. You don't have to worry about it getting into the spaces in the corridors and stuff like that. So it comes rolled up in a box, and when you get it to the room, you take it out of the box, you unravel it, and it slowly breathes itself into life. But honestly, I cannot recommend these mattresses enough. They are so unbelievably comfortable. I've had the best night's sleeps in the camper van when we've been using the mattress. And I think that's really important to talk about, is the fact that when you are away camping, you want to be the most comfortable that you can be, otherwise you're not going to want to go. So for us, having that mattress inside the van has been invaluable, but also having a similar mattress at home, when I am allowed to sleep from the kids, I am getting such good night's sleeps on this mattress. Of course, ABusSleep is so confident that you're going to enjoy your mattress that they offer a 200 night guarantee. And what that means is you could have the mattress up to 200 nights, and if you don't get on with it, they will pick it up free of charge and give you a full refund. So there's nothing to lose. You might as well just try it. So if you do want to order a mattress, don't forget to check the link in the description below. Also use our code ABusAndBeyond and you'll get an extra 5% off those sale prices that you've got on at the moment for the Easter sale. That is on, like I say, until the 1st of April from the 3rd of March. So now is a perfect time to upgrade your sleep. I just want to say a huge thank you to ABusSleep for collaborating with us on this video, and a huge thank you for them for helping me upgrade my sleep. As a mum of 2, I really, really did need it. Thank you.
Obviously, another thing I need to check is how much fuel we've got on board. So we're just under half a tank, so yeah. I don't know if we're going to be close or not, whether that'll make a difference, but yeah, we shall see. That was nice and easy. They just wanted 10 quid cash and then they've weighed it and the results are in. So I don't know if you can see that. Right at the bottom, 3.2 tons. 3.2 tons. So obviously that leaves us 300 kilos of payload left, which if you factor in a 100 litre water tank in the back, which is empty at the minute, me, that's 100 kilos. Lizzie, the kids, any wastewater potentially, although you don't always have to travel with wastewater, I suppose, unless you're properly off grid. So the big question is, what options does that give us? Well, firstly, we could leave everything as it is. I go on a bit of a diet. We travel with no fresh water in the tank. but it's going to be so tight. You're always going to run the risk of being overweight, especially once you've got everything that you need for when you go away camping. You know, kids' bikes, things like that, all your clothes, your food on board. I think it's just too much of a risk. 300 kilos is really, really low. There's no way that can really work. The better and more useful option would be to upplate the van. If you have a look here on the chassis plate, you can actually see that is the maximum permitted weight of the vehicle, 3.5 tons. But the interesting point here is this 1 and 2 are the different axle weights. So you've got the front axle, number 1, and the rear axle, number 2. And what that actually means is the front axle has been designed to take 1,800 kilos, and the rear axle has been designed to take 2,100 kilos. Now, obviously, those two added together is more than the 3.5 tons, 3.9 tons in total. Now, what you can do, there are companies around that will fill out all the paperwork and help you upplate the van. If you add the front axle and the rear axle design capacity together, we can upplate this van to 3.9 tons just by a simple paperwork exercise. You send all the details off, these companies sort it all out for you, send back the new chassis plate, and it all gets done through the V5 logbook. And once that's complete, the maximum permitted weight of the van will be 3.9 tons, which would give us loads more capacity to be able to actually carry stuff, travel with water on board, and all the stuff that comes with family life when we're away camping. Now, why isn't the van designed like that in the first place, I hear you ask? Standard UK licenses only allow you to drive vehicles up to 3.5 tons. If it was already rated at 3.9 tons, a lot of people here in the UK wouldn't be able to drive the vehicle. Now, this is all down to the newer style licenses. When I say new, it's actually like anyone that passed their test after 1997. Anyone before 1997, it doesn't matter what weight the vehicle is. They can drive it anyway up to, I think it's about 7.5 tons. Anyone that passed after 1997 has to take a separate C1 license to be able to drive a vehicle over 3.5 tons. Now, I have actually done my C1 license. I did a full video about what that entails, and I'll link that in the description below. It's quite a few years ago now, but I think it should still be pretty much up to date. So if we were to upplate this van to 3.9 tons, only I would be able to drive it in our family because Lizzie hasn't got that C1 license. She can easily get that, that's not an issue, but it would give that limitation where it's only myself that can drive it. And also that would slightly affect resale value because it reduces the proportion of people that can actually drive the vehicle. Now, what happens if we actually upplate the van to 3.9 tons, fully load it to go away on a trip, and we're actually over 3.9 tons? Well, then we have to start looking at changing the suspension on the van to be able to accommodate upplating the van to a higher capacity. Hopefully we won't have to do that. I think 3.9 tons should give us enough payload. What that will mean is we can travel with 100 litres of water, 100 kilos. Myself, Lizzie and the kids, let's say 250 kilos, and that would still allow 350 kilos of payload even with a full water tank. We had half a tank of fuel, as you saw, so yeah, we could easily accommodate another 50 kilos of fuel as well. There's no doubt there's a lot to think about, but it looks like the only option is to upplate the van. We cannot confidently go travelling off-grid with water and the whole family on board and all the stuff that goes with camping without upplating the van. So I hope you found that interesting. I certainly did. It was really good to actually get the van weighed and finally know what weight we're at. It would have been really interesting actually to have weighed it empty, because it's not even, you can't even just purely go by the brochure figures because it's not as straightforward as that. Those figures in the brochure are a basic van, whereas, you know, vans are spec'd differently. We spec'd ours without a bulkhead, so surely that would give you a little bit more leeway, you would have thought. Big sheet of metal removed already, but we did actually spec other things like heated seats, heated steering wheel, swivel seats, and all that kind of stuff, so it all adds up. But it would have been really interesting to actually weigh the van right at the start just to see what weight we have put into the van. I think we've been fairly careful. I like to think that we have used fairly lightweight materials, and we've not put anything unnecessary in the van as well. We've not bothered with things that we don't think we will need at all. We've kept it a fairly basic build so far, and it's a good job we did by the looks of things. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please hit that thumbs up button if you've enjoyed it, and also consider subscribing as well, because I will also be showing you the journey of what we need to do to upplate the van. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Cheers.